Hello, welcome to Feast at Home. My name is Miss Jordan. Today I'm going to show you how to make roasted broccoli. Roasting is where you cook something in the oven at a really high temperature. So it's going to be real hot in the oven so that our broccoli can get nice and crispy and soft. Let's get into our recipe and see what it takes to make roasted broccoli. Cha-cha-cha. Here is our recipe for roasted broccoli. Our ingredients list tells us that we're going to need 1 to 2 bunches or heads of broccoli. Broccoli!
Next, we're going to need between 1 and 2 tablespoons of oil.
I'm using grapeseed oil. This oil can be used at higher temperatures and it doesn't get smoky. Olive oil sometimes gets really smoky if it's used at a really high heat. So that's why I'm using this kind. But if all you have is olive oil, you can use that too. We're also going to need 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Okie dokie smoky, let's get into our directions.
Number 1, preheat oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really hot, y'all, so make sure you're being careful using an oven mitt and there's a grown-up helping you and supervising. Number 2, chop or break the broccoli into medium-sized florets. Florets means the little pieces, like what I drew here. Number 3, in a bowl, combine broccoli, oil, salt, and pepper. Number 4, spread broccoli in a single layer on a baking pan. Number 5, roast for 15 to 20 minutes or until the edges are crispy and the stems are tender. Remember, tender is kind of like the word soft. And number 6, remove from the oven and turn off your oven, y'all. Number 7, serve and enjoy. Ta-da! There we go. Let's get started. Before you start cooking, wash your hands. Before you start cooking, wash your hands. Rub the soap in between your fingers so they're clean. Before you start cooking, wash your hands. Before you start cooking, wash your veggies. Before you start cooking, wash your veggies. Make sure you scrub them all really, really well. Before you start cooking, wash your veggies.
Now we're going to chop or break our broccoli into medium-sized florets. Remember, I said that one of these is called a head of broccoli. A bunch is multiple heads that are put together because they're small. Each of these little baby trees are florets, and it's really easy to break them off. So if you don't want to use a knife, you can break off the florets, just like this. They snap off real easy. Okay, so if you are going to use a knife to cut your broccoli, it's also very easy. You would use a chef's knife. You can also use a little paring knife. Depends on what feels safest and most comfortable to you. To cut your broccoli, you're going to use your claw hand. Remember, always claw and hold it steady with those fingers straight up and down. Then place your knife and cut off the stem and set it aside. Then you can use your knife to cut off each floret, or you can make big cuts. You can cut it in half, claw hands, and cut it in half. Turn it over on a flat side, claw hand, and cut it. And then you can cut the pieces to whatever size you want. But you do want all of your broccoli pieces to be as similar in size as possible. Otherwise, some will get cooked faster and some will get cooked slower. All right, so let's do all of our broccoli.
So, remember how I said these are florets? Well, that's because these little green parts that look like tree tops are actually flower buds. And if you look really closely at them, you'll see that they're a closed up little bud. And that means if this broccoli had been left on the broccoli plant, eventually all these buds would have opened and bloomed into tiny yellow flowers. It's really cool to see that happen in the garden. And then those flowers would create seeds to plant more broccoli plants. How cool is that? These are actually little flowers. So we call this little cluster of flowers a floret. Fun fact about broccoli. Broccoli, because it's green, has lots of vitamins and minerals in it. All right, I'm going to show you again an example of cutting it with a knife. So remember, claw hand and cut the florets. Broccoli, broccoli, broccoli is good to eat. I love broccoli, I love broccoli. Broccoli, broccoli, broccoli is good to eat. They say that I look like a tree. But really I am broccoli. You like to eat me in your soup. I am really good for you. Yes, I am really good for you.
All right, now we're gonna add the oil. We need 1 tablespoon. So remember, all these little ones, they are teaspoons. I need my big tablespoon. Fill it all the way up. And then drizzle. And now our 2nd tablespoon. The oil will help the broccoli get nice and crispy. All right, wipe out the spoon. Next, I need half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Sometimes salt is tricky and it comes out fast and sometimes it comes out slow. Okay, sprinkle, wipe. All right, and now for my pepper, I'm gonna open up the pepper because it's easier for me to just take a clean spoon and scoop inside of it. Make sure it's flat and then sprinkle the pepper. Now pepper can make your broccoli taste a little spicy if you use too much of it. So if you don't like a lot of pepper, you don't have to use the whole amount. In fact, I think that's plenty, so I'm not going to use all of it. So now I'm going to put the cover back on, and next I'm going to mix together all of my broccoli.
Mix the broccoli. Stir it up. Stir it up. Mix the broccoli. Uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I can feel.
Ooh, that pepper. So, if you ever have to sneeze while you're cooking, fun fact, you shouldn't sneeze in your food. You should always sneeze in your elbow away from the food. So sneeze in your elbow away from the food so that you don't get sneeze in your food. Next, we're gonna put all of this on a pan. Here we go. Whoosh. Whee. Ah, broccoli overboard. You know what happens when broccoli falls overboard? It does not get lost in the scurvy deep. Actually, you can pick it up and go wash it off and it'll be fine. All better. So I'm gonna put it back on. Okay, now I'm gonna go through and even it out. I notice some chunks are still really big, so I'm gonna break them in half. And I want this broccoli to be in a single layer on the pan. You don't want any broccoli piled on itself. You don't want a doggy pile of broccoli, okay? Because then it will not get crispy, and we want crispy broccoli. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's go to the oven. It's time to open the oven. Take your pan and put it in. It's kind of heavy, so you probably should use 2 hands, not like me. Ooh, do you hear that sizzle? All right, broccoli. See you soon. Setting a timer for 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna have a visit from Oven mitt. Oven mitt is back. To open the oven. Ooh, it's hot. Grabbing pan. Ooh, this broccoli is sizzling hot. It smells really good too. Let's look closer. Some of the edges are starting to get a little brown, but it's not soft. See, it doesn't go through easily. So we're gonna let them cook for 5 more minutes. Close the oven, with a mitt on your hand, Remember your friend, He sings. Closing oven, Closing oven, Be safe, Now with 2 oven mitts, to take the tray out, and put it on the stove, Close the oven. Turn it off. Now's the best part, getting to eat what I've made. I've got some broccoli in a bowl here, and I'm gonna try it. So good. Soft, crispy, and the crispy parts add a nice flavor. It's juicy, perfectly salted, perfectly peppered, just perfect. I hope that you enjoy making broccoli and eating broccoli just as much as I do. And maybe you'll try something new or find a new way to enjoy a vegetable that you didn't like a different way. Thank you for joining me for Feast at Home. I'm Miss Jordan, and I'll see you next week.